Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Friday version, Freudian slip, the Friday version of today's sports betting, taking a look at the college football schedule. My friend Scott Reichel and I are going to lay out our three favorite picks. Scott, we've been doing pretty well the last couple of weeks. We went 2-1. We've pulled our record to profitable. We're now both 5-4 on the season for the college football winners and whiners cup, if you will. And let's see what you got cooked up for this week. What did you quick recap of yesterday? I had East Carolina over UCF to cover.
Never in doubt. Never in doubt at all.
No sweat whatsoever. As when they covered that with under 10 seconds left.
I thought it was 15 seconds left.
The 15 seconds, all right. And then I had Miami minus 11, and that one was no problemo whatsoever.
Wait. I had Miami minus 11.
We both did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. You had Oklahoma.
I had Oklahoma over. I had Oklahoma over. Sorry, those are yours. That's
I know that those are mine. Don't steal my picks.
Oh, that was a premium pick.
With the same record anyway, it didn't matter.
I actually made that a premium pick, so
yeah. You had Oklahoma over, and I remember that you lost on the Liberty under.
Liberty under, yeah. You had
that Liberty team actually has a pretty good offense. I'll give it to them.
Yeah, no, that's a surprise. They got the kid Malik Willis from.
I can run.
From Auburn, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you had Miami minus 11. You had Oklahoma over as well, and you had Duke plus 5.5.
Duke pissed me off. That was.
Oh, they're terrible. So
I don't know. No. But that's not the point. The point is that they were up 3 after 3 quarters. It looked really good. They were up 3 with the ball inside the 25-yard line. First down, 1st and 10, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Just run the ball up the middle. You just ran it for 12 yards previous play. They run a wide receiver reverse pass play. And, of course, the primary read's covered. So the wide receiver double clutches and chucks just an absolute duck in the middle of the field, intercepted. And what do you know? Virginia outscores them 21-0 in the fourth quarter. You ran a wide receiver pass play on 1st and 10 at the 25. What are you, nuts?
Cool story, bro.
I know. I'm saying if they score that, I win because they're up 10 with like 14 to go, and then I'd have to fade 2 touchdowns and a field goal. But Cutcliffe did the same thing last year against North Carolina. They ran a halfback pass on the final drive, and it got intercepted because I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. Now Virginia's rewarded by playing Clemson, so we'll see what happens.
That'll teach them.
Yeah.
All right. So we're each 5-4 on the year. Profitable handicappers. That's kind of what we do. So let's kick it off for this week, man. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. These are in no particular order, but we talked about a total last week with the Oklahoma-Kansas State over. And this one will be following a massive trend here, and it's going to be between Navy and Air Force. And you know what that means. That means I'm taking the under. The under is currently at 47.5 at minus 110 on Bet Online. Great deal, actually. I was looking at Fox Bet, DraftKings, FanDuel. All of them are 46.5. Bet Online's still at 47.5 at minus 110. So I'm giving me an extra point with no extra juice at all. Sure. To go down the recent history, you've had 12 of the last 16 meetings go under, which is very solid. The under is 5-0 in the last 5 meetings in Air Force. And if there's one thing that you really need to break down for an under, whenever a read option team or whenever a triple option team faces a triple option team, these games tend to go under. And I expect a lot of long drives with some really questionable place kickers. And it wouldn't surprise me to see a couple of possessions that go for 8 minutes or more result in 0 points. And at that point, that's exactly what you dream of for an under. So for me, Navy, Air Force hasn't played all season, which means 2 things. Either one, their offense is going to look really, really sluggish because they haven't actually played a game yet. Or B, they spent the last 2 months prepping for Navy's triple option offense, which should help defensively. I just think the total's too high. You're looking at 27.5. I think this game should finish somewhere where it normally does, around 24-21. So I'll go with the under 27.5.
Yeah, I don't hate that. You know, the Air Force triple option is a little different than the other service.
They can throw a little bit better than some of these other programs.
They run a kind of a hybrid of the veer. They run some trap plays. So yeah, they're a little more They're a little more dynamic. They will throw the ball down the field. This Navy offense looks more bound without.
Well, the issue, though, is that they used to be able to throw, but their quarterback actually left. So they actually have a brand new quarterback who has no experience whatsoever behind center now. So even though they could throw in past years, they used to have one of the best throwing quarterbacks in probably the program's history, if you really want to break it down. I mean, that quarterback they had last year was actually pretty good.
They led the nation in yards per completion. Did you know that?
Well, Hammond could throw. It's a thing. He only completed 50% of his passes, but I mean, the guy actually had an arm. And I know last year, I still remember Mike Schmidt came in, and he ended up performing pretty well in his absence when he got injured midway through the year. But unfortunately, Schmidt also left. So you really have no experience behind center for Air Force, which is concerning for the first career start. Navy, I got to assume, is going to stick with the quarterback they used in the second half against Tulane when they actually won on a massive run because they were awful for the first game and a half with the original starting quarterback. But once again, it's just triple option versus triple option. The games have gone under in recent history, and there's some questions about how sharp our Air Force's offense is going to be with an inexperienced quarterback and no actual game play at all going in. So I like the under.
Yeah, I think that's solid. My first play is going to be from the South Florida Cincy game, Cincy minus 21. The Bearcats, I was really impressed with how they manhandled Army. They gave up points in the first 5 minutes of that game, and then pretty much shut them down the rest of the time to 3 points. And South Florida.
I saw them against Notre Dame. They are really bad.
Yeah, they are. They can't pass, and I don't think they're going to be able to run on this Bearcats defense. I think the Cincinnati offense is going to have their way with the Bulls defense. I like nothing about South Florida in this one.
I can't argue with that. I saw South Florida against Notre Dame. I know Notre Dame is good. Are they that good? No, I think Notre Dame's fine. They're going to be destined for another pretty good but underwhelming year when they end up losing late in the year because that's what they always do. But they just couldn't get a first down against Notre Dame. And Cincinnati's defense is no slouch either. Their defense is really good. They have a good quarterback, good ground game, good defense, just good all around.
Really impressed with the way they set up against Army. It takes a hell of a defense, a lot of discipline on defense to shut down that Army ground attack, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah,
I think they're stepping down in class and should have no trouble taking care of South Florida. Your second pick, sir.
So my second pick is going to be on the spread. There's a little bit of juice involved. This was mostly available at 2.5, but Bet Online once again just keeps undercutting the market. I was Georgia State minus 1.5 as they end up taking on East Carolina, your boys at East Carolina. It's 1.5. Yeah, it's 1.5 on Bet Online at minus 116 in comparison to 2.5 at pretty much every other book at minus 110. I'll pay the 6 extra points of juice there for the extra point. But overall, Georgia State, they have actually looked decent this year. I know that they ended up losing to Lafayette. Lafayette might be a little bit underwhelming based on how they've played this year against Georgia Southern as well, but they're still ranked. They're still a good team. Right. And Georgia State gave them all they could handle. They ended up losing by 3 at home in overtime. They probably should have won the game. Right. They had a freshman quarterback who ended up getting the start, who I actually thought looked pretty good. I know that you expect some growing pains with rookies with Cornelius Brown, who had 196 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 reception. He also had 64 rushing yards, good running quarterback, dual threat guy. Destin Coates was a pretty good running back, 34 carries, 150 yards. At the end of the day, East Carolina might have looked decent offensively against UCF. I really think UCF's defense is atrocious. And I've seen them play a couple of times against Georgia Tech, etc. This defense just isn't good. They're extremely undisciplined. They commit a lot of dumb penalties. Georgia State, in the end of the day, I just think they're a much better team than East Carolina. East Carolina should not be plus 1.5 against anybody. This team cannot stop a nosebleed. So for me, I think that Georgia State at home with a pretty underrated offense and a defense that ended up struggling in the second half against Lafayette, but they were really good for a decent portion of the game, and Lafayette's offense is pretty good with Levy Lewis as the quarterback. So, yeah, I think Georgia State at home minus 1.5 is a pretty solid deal there because I don't think East Carolina is very good.
All right, very good.
You have any thoughts on that or no?
Yeah, I think that's solid.
I know that Georgia State, people were wondering about COVID because they had one of their games canceled. Apparently, according to reports, the COVID thing was a manual error, so nobody actually had COVID. It was just a messed up test-taking process.
Whoops.
Yeah, so I'm saying you're not missing any key players or anything. The whole thing turned out to be a farce. So that also plays a factor.
Yeah, I think that's solid.
I'm assuming you agree East Carolina's defense isn't exactly a team I want to run to the window with at +1.5.
No.
Yeah, no.
No,
And Georgia State was actually good last year compared to normal standards. This program might not be great, but in Sun Belt standards, they're kind of building something there. Not great by any means. They might fight for, in a normal year, a 6-6 record or something. But hell, what's East Carolina going every year? 3-9?
Yeah, they may surprise people this year, but
maybe. I mean, Ours is good. He makes a lot of dumb decisions, but he's got some talent. Yeah.
All right. My next play is going to be Southern Miss and North Texas.
You're going with the over.
No, I'm getting the mean green here at a short price.
I just assumed North Texas blind over. I just assumed, oh yeah, that's right. They gave up 65 to SMU. Yeah, over.
And they also gave up. I know they gave up a ton of points to Houston Baptist as well.
Yeah.
Houston Baptist has that quarterback that can actually sling the ball around the floor.
He threw for 600 passing yards against Texas Tech.
Yeah. But I'm going to play the mean green -2. This is a Southern Miss team that is just absolutely dreadful. They dropped the game to USA.
You weren't impressed by their defense against Tulane?
No. Tulane put up 50 something on them.
I lost count when they were up roughly 30 in the first half.
Yeah,
the third quarter.
Tulane's not a great squad this year. They lost a ton of talent, and
they got absolutely. That's why I thought you were going to go with the over. Both these teams are in danger of giving up 50 points.
Yeah, that's not a terrible play either. I don't know what the number on this is. I'm guessing somewhere in the 60s.
I believe it's in the 70s. I think it's low 70s. Let me check really quickly. But I'm pretty sure it's at 71.5. The line has come down a little bit. It's at 1.5 in some spots for North Texas.
I'm not sure Southern Miss can do their job there. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I see 71.5. I'll tell you what, I'm definitely not taking the under there. That's all.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. But I have no interest in playing 71.5 when one of the teams has a questionable offense. I know the Mean Green are not good on defense, but I think they're better than Southern Miss, and I know their offense is better than Southern Miss.
I think the issue that I have with North Texas as a whole, besides the defense, that they have two quarterbacks, and I'm not sure if any of them are good.
Well,
Dean is okay, but he's just extremely inaccurate with the football. He's got mobility. I understand that, whatever. But he missed a lot of throws against SMU. I don't know if you watched that game or not.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I was curious because we both had a play on that game. So I thought maybe you might have had something. But he was just missing wide open guys, like over the middle of the field. It was pretty bad to watch. But I don't know. I still think that Southern Miss is terrible. So I can't blame them for doing that.
Well, and that's the thing. We talked about it on the show. It's an old saying. If you have two quarterbacks, you really have no quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to be my second play. Take us home, Scotty. What's your third play?
All right. So my third play is going to be, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. I'm going with Mississippi State -17, which is available at -110 on Fox Bet. I'm actually surprised this line has dropped. I saw it was at 18 earlier in the week. I thought it would climb up to around 20, maybe even 21. I guess these people only watched the first half of Arkansas, Georgia, and they just didn't watch the second half. Wow. I know that Georgia was awful for the first half, and Arkansas actually had a lead for a little bit. Very impressive 3-2 lead there. But that Arkansas team stinks. Like, wow, they're terrible. They are just so bad. And Felipe Franks from Florida, I thought he wasn't good at Florida, and then he got injured. I felt bad, but I still thought he wasn't that good. Went to Arkansas. It turns out still not that good. Mississippi State just has a massive win against LSU. Mike Leach is going to throw the ball around roughly 70 times. Costello had set the record for SEC passing yards in his first game in the SEC with Leach.
600 and change, yeah.
The thing is, Arkansas, at the end of the day, hasn't had the recruits for an eternity to actually – or the athletes to stay with – just to play any defense of any kind. Their offense isn't very good. I think Costello probably throws for another 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, whatever. At the end of I just don't think that Arkansas can keep up with Hill out of the backfield as well, who's a really good running back. He's really good. But Arkansas's offense isn't good. Their defense isn't good. I don't know what they do well besides have a pretty fun logo. I don't know what else they actually contribute to the SEC. So I'm going to take them at 17. I think Mississippi State should put up 40, 45 in this game, and I think Arkansas should score around 20. So for that reason, I'll go with Mississippi State with the cowbell, minus 17 and minus 110 at Fox Bet.
More cowbell. I got a fever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's I like that play. This is Mike Leach offense. I think he's going to do some fun things down there in the SEC. Like you said, they already owned LSU, and I'm gonna posit that LSU is a better team than Arkansas is.
That's a hot take right there.
That's what I'm here for, buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a solid play. I got no views with that.
I'm bothered. You don't have any issues with any of my plays.
No, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's
usually there's one that's like, I don't agree with that one.
And that's why you're a moron. No, that's no. I think you got 3 solid plays there today. Scott, I'm going to step out here and I'm going to play. I'm going back to the Black Knights. They disappointed me last week against Cincinnati on a premium play, but they got a little easier competition this week. They're going to go against Abilene Christian, and Army's laying 20 to Abilene Christian, and
you said 20?
20.
Where do you see 20?
What do you got?
I see 30.
Yeah, 30?
I see 30.
That's not good.
At least that's what I saw. I can check Bet Online right now. According to the database I'm using, it says that Bet Online has 30. So you said 20, and I'm like, wait a second, are we? Did you just find the steal of the century?
Well, that's what happens when I do these picks at 2 in the morning.
It is 30.
Yeah, well, that's disappointing.
Having said that, you're gonna lay it with Army at 30. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, never mind. All right.
I don't care. This is Abilene Christian. This is a team that lost to UTEP. That's all you need to know.
UTEP has multiple wins. Watch out for UTEP. Okay, they might actually win 3 games this year.
They beat an FCS team.
Correct.
So yeah,
they beat UL Monroe. I think UL Monroe might actually have passed UTEP for the worst D1 team.
Well, if they're not good. I don't see. I think Army's going to be hungry. I think they're going to be angry after losing last week to Cincinnati.
Even the backups come in, they still run the triple option. It doesn't matter.
That's right, and that's the thing about the triple option. These teams don't see the triple option there at Abilene Christian, and if they do, they certainly don't see it at the quality of the Army.
I'm saying even if the starters get pulled, you're still running the same plays. You're still going to find massive holes in the defense in the fourth quarter with the third string running back.
Well, Army beat themselves much like the Jets did last night. The Army beat themselves with penalties, and it was very uncharacteristic of an Army team that's usually very well disciplined. I think they had 9 penalties last week against Cincinnati, and a lot of them were dumb penalties, just ridiculous.
Usually with Army, it's holdings, false starts, chop blocks, stuff like that.
Yeah. There was some chop blocks. But there was a couple of personal fouls as well on the defense. That were just ridiculous things. So I'm going to, you know what? I'll still play it. I don't care. I thought it was a great bet at 20. I think it's a good bet at 30. I think this Army team, much like their caissons, I think they go rolling along. So give me Army minus 30. I can really wrote that down. Yeah, that's the middle of the night handicapping.
Oh, good.
But yeah, I still like it. That's how much I liked this play before. So
all knowing how it's going so far in the show, I'm assuming we're both going to go 2-1. So we'll see what happens. I feel like I'm in a damn match play thing in golf right now.
Right.
Match in every hole. I believe we're even through 3.
As long as we keep birdieing, that's fine.
That's really, it works out. I can't really complain about any of that. I know before we wrap up, do you want to just recap the plays?
Sure. I will. I'll go ahead for my end as let me get back to it here. It's really fun working off my phone. All right. I've got laying some chalk this week. I've got the Cincinnati Bearcats minus 21 over the South Florida Bulls. I've got the North Texas Mean Green over the Southern Mississippi Eagles, and I've got the Army Black Knights apparently minus 30 over Abilene Christian. I don't know, tongue speakers. I don't know what's Abilene Christian. What's their nickname?
That's an excellent question.
Okay,
they are the Wildcats because it's college sports, so of course it's the Wildcats.
They should be default should be Wildcats or Tigers. So
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I've got Army minus 30 as well.
All right. So for my 3 plays, I have the under 47.5 between Navy and Air Force, which is available at -110 on BetOnline. I have Georgia State -1.5 against East Carolina and -116 on BetOnline. And I got more cowbell on Mississippi State at -17 at -110 on Fox Bet.
Yeah, I've got Army -20, which is apparently available only in my mind. So
yeah.
All right, man. I am looking forward to college football. It's not too long before we got the Big Ten will be joining the party, and even more exciting for me, maybe you too, is the Max coming back.
Forget about that. I'm more excited about the Mountain West. You kidding me? I got the Hawaii game at midnight. Let's go.
Oh yeah,
bring it back.
Double up to catch up, baby.
Nothing. It's when in doubt, bet the Hawaii game.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. All right, guys. That's some picks for you here. We're anxious to see what you're on. Let us know in the comment section. Drop us a note. Tell us what college games have you excited for this weekend. Maybe there's something we've missed. That'd be a first, right?
Yeah. I feel like we usually cover everything. That's a joke, by the way. We miss a ton of stuff, but it's
absolutely. But we do get the ones that we like. So, you know what, Scott? I'd if I could go 2-1 every week from my college plays, I could quit every other job I have.
I feel like I can do the same, but my job also involves handicapping sports, so it kind of just means I'm doing a good job, I guess. I don't know.
Right, buddy? All right, so we'll take that. We'll take another 2-1, but I'm looking to go 3-0, baby. Put a game between you and I.
I thought I was going 3-0 last week, and then Duke fourth quarter happened. Never again. Never again.
I understand. All right, my friend. That does it. That's it for today. Make sure you check out Scott and I. We'll be doing what will we be doing, Scott? We'll be doing just the NFL. That's it.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
We have no baseball show for this weekend, and we will have no NBA show because that's going to be on Sunday. So there you go. We'll be doing the NFL. So make sure you check out Scott and I as the NFL drops later tonight, early Friday, Saturday morning, whatever. We'll have those up there. But for now, for all of us over here at Winners and Wonders, and by the way, don't forget to check out Winners and Wonders, man. It is the best resource you can have when it comes to betting college football because all the games are right there, whether they're extra games, or they're write-in games, whatever they are. Did you see a mouse? You all right? Looking around there?
Okay. Yeah, just my neck's bothering me. Sorry about that.
All right. Oh, man. You have Bam out of Bionac?
No, I don't know what I have. I think I just sleep with really, really poor posture.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, make sure you check out Winners and Wonders for deep dives into all these college games. I guarantee you the guys who worry about college football or Winners and Wonders, they know what the nickname of the Abilene Christian team is. So, but that's an invaluable resource for sure. So for myself, for Scott Reichel, for the whole gang over here at winnersandwonders.com, we sure appreciate you stopping by and checking us out. Make it a regular part of your habit. And just to help you out, don't forget to subscribe, click that bell, get notified each and every time we put up a brand new video. And that way you won't miss a thing. You'll be in there with all the cool kids checking out today's sports betting. All right, so you guys take care. Hope all your tickets cash. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you next time on Today in Sports Betting. Peace.